Welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. We are fresh off of Clash at the Castle on the road to Money in the Bank. We kick things off with some qualifying matches for Money in the Bank here tonight, starting off with Alexa Bliss and Zelina Vega, both looking to qualify for the women's ladder match. Then we've got Sheamus taking on Dragon Lee one-on-one. AJ Styles in his ongoing battle with American Made. He takes on Brutus Creed. Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, Caden Carter, and Katana Chance in tag team action, jockeying for position in the women's tag division. And in our main event, Money in the Bank qualifier for the men's ladder match, triple threat action, Carmelo Hayes, Sami Zayn, Rey Mysterio. What a show we've got in store for you, kicking things off with our first qualifying match. One of these women will be the first to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match in a month's time. Out first, making her, watched match debut here in Universe Mode, Alexa Bliss, who is looking to regain some momentum. Recently lost a match to Ivy Nile, one that she was, I would say, pretty heavily expected to win. But Alexa Bliss looking not to fade into obscurity here in Universe Mode, looking to become the first qualifier for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Could be a ticket to the top, even in a stacked Raw women's division. Alexa Bliss out first, but she has to take on a very game opponent here in Zelina Vega. Titantron outdated by about 7 years or so. Zelina Vega, that split colored hair, nice. I really like her model in this game. Really like her model. But Vega looking to qualify for that ladder match, looking to possibly be a bit of an underdog, bit of a dark horse candidate to be the first Miss Money in the Bank here in Universe Mode history. Alexa Bliss, Zelina Vega, very evenly matched competitors, I would say. Similar stature, similar style. Will be very interesting to see who comes out on top here in the first qualifying match for Money in the Bank. Bliss goes right after Vega. Huge onslaught right from the beginning. Big clothesline to kick the match off. First match after Clash at the Castle. What a show that was. Of course, both of these women, I would say, pretty high in the power rankings for the Women's Intercontinental title, which, hold that thought, one, possibly, no, just a one count on that roll-up, early roll-up by Vega, looking to keep Alexa Bliss on her toes. But both of these women, you'd think, contenders in the Intercontinental Championship division. Of course, that title just won on Saturday by Lara Valkyria, ending the 3-week reign of Nia Jax. Jax, of course, can't imagine she's too happy as Bliss goes up to the middle rope. Whoa, my goodness. The rollout, I guess, little code red there. No, sunset flip. Only gets a one count. Alexa, though, knees to the gut of Zelina Vega. It's that insult to injury. As Bliss now scouting Vega. Could look to put this one away pretty early. But no, they just lock up. Gonna slow down the pace a little bit. Very high-octane contest to start things off here between these two. Both women hungry for an opportunity. Of course, these opportunities in such a stacked roster. So many competitors on each show. These chances are few and far between. Roll up from Vega. Doesn't even get a one. Bliss able to counter. Gets a one. No, just doesn't. Vega powers are up. Backslide now. What? No, Alexa Bliss. Referee's been a little slow to count. That's been an ongoing story here in Universe Mode as these two lock up yet again. Vega in for the headlock. I mean, this is a very stark contrast to what these women will be experiencing if they make it into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Very dangerous contest here. No chain wrestling, no grappling involved there. Just ladders and chaos and carnage. But it's all worth it for a ticket to a world title match at any time, at any place. Very valuable asset to have there as Vega just sends Bliss into the corner. Didn't know Zelina Vega had the strength like that. She can barely fit her head over the top rope. Oh my god. Vega springboards up, crossbody, gets a little bit of it, affects both of them. Bliss does go down, but she's maybe playing a little bit of possum there. Alexa gonna go for the quick cover. Vega, no, doesn't even let her get a one count. Taking a little bit of offense to that. First qualifying match here. Bliss, whoa. Looks like a nice STO there. Arm caught STO. And Alexa now, once again, does knees to the abdomen of Zelina Vega. Now she's measuring her. Looking to punch her, take it to Money in the Bank. Vega's up. This could spell disaster for her. No! Zelina slips out of the possible power slam. Of course, we've already got 2 matches confirmed for Money in the Bank. 1. No, Alexa. I guess two participants confirmed in the matches for Money in the Bank. We are gonna definitely find out the participants in both the ladder matches as the weeks go on. Nice arm drag there from Zelina Vega. We've got War Raiders and the Street Profits in a Hell in a Cell match already confirmed. Now, of course, we've also got the World Heavyweight Championship match. Kevin Owens will defend his title against LA Knight. As Zelina Vega has a dragon sleep, or I guess a dragon sleeper locked in. That arm wrenched around the back. Alexa not gonna stand for that. Does not submit. Big drop kick there. Vega, you're gonna go for the cover. A lot of quick covers in this match. Possibly just trying to wear one another out. Bliss does not fall, but for what? A 1 count. Big drop kick to the back of the head, though. That could take her out. Of course, we know the men and women's Money in the Bank ladder matches gonna be so crucial for the careers of these competitors. Nice sunset flip, code red 2. And Alexa Bliss goes down. Zelina Vega, possible upset, qualifies for Money in the Bank. Zelina Vega, the first of 6 women to participate in that ladder match despite a valiant effort from Alexa Bliss. She's just unable to get the job done. And Zelina Vega, like I was saying during her entrance, possible dark horse to win the whole thing. Vega could prove to be a problem as we continue with Monday Night Raw. LA Knight, yeah, I'm supposed to be what? Afraid? Worried about a guy who walks around saying his name. Look, I could do that too. I'm Kevin Owens and I'm the World Heavyweight Champion. I can even do it better too. Knight, you're not the world champion, and you won't be over my dead body. See you at Money in the Bank, I guess. Some strong words there from our World Heavyweight Champion, Kevin Owens, not to undercut this great contest. Zelina Vega, perhaps in a bit of a surprise, becoming the first woman to qualify for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She will join 5 other competitors that we will find out as the weeks go on. Next up, Sheamus, fresh off of an unsuccessful attempt at the Intercontinental Championship, came up short against Jey Uso at Clash at the Castle, has a loss under his belt to this man, his opponent tonight, Dragon Lee. Lee, of course, defeated Sheamus in the build-up to Clash at the Castle. Gotta be feeling a little bitter that he didn't get that opportunity at Uso. Gonna try and make it 2 victories tonight. Sheamus trying to regain some momentum, and that is exactly what the Celtic Warrior does after a tough loss at the last PLE. Dragon Lee suffers a loss, makes it maybe the series a little even. These two might have to have a bit of a grudge match as time goes on. But next up, speaking of grudges, AJ Styles versus American Made, more specifically Chad Gable in recent weeks. But now he takes on Brutus Creed, recently defeated Julius Creed on an episode of Raw. We're gonna see if he can make it 2 for 2 against the Creed brothers. And AJ Styles, always phenomenal. He does just that. Big victory over Brutus Creed, and you gotta think, with victories over both Creed brothers, Chad Gable once again must be in AJ Styles' sight. In our co-main event, Isla Dawn, Alba Fire take on Caden Carter and Katana Chance in tag action. I booked this before recent news, and now Alba Fire is the only person actually with the company. But for now, all 4 of these women looking to vie for the Women's Tag Team Championships, of course, won at Clash at the Castle by Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Let's see who will get an edge, and it will be Dawn and Fire, the Unholy Union, get some momentum going into the tag division. Big victory over Carter and Chance as we move on to our main event, the first men's Money in the Bank qualifying match, triple threat action. Let's find out who will come out on top. One of these men will have the opportunity to advance to the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, vying for that contract, that fast track to stardom, really. And a guy like Carmelo Hayes, just think of how he could benefit from that. Came up short in the opening contest in Universe Mode, got pinned by Jey Uso, lost out on that IC title, lost to Damian Priest recently, and now him, Carmelo Hayes, looking to rebound from that gain another opportunity and punch his ticket to Money in the Bank. Imagine what a cunning individual like Carmelo Hayes could do with that briefcase. But he has to take on two very formidable competitors, two veterans of the game, and that's not to discredit Hayes' own contributions to the business, the work he's put in, but these guys have put in decades. Sami Zayn, haven't seen too much of him since he came up short at Backlash for the World Heavyweight title against the man we saw just earlier, Kevin Owens. Zayn looking to crawl his way back up the ladder, literally and figuratively, if he wins this qualifying match. Money in the Bank is a heck of a way to get back into that world title picture. Sami Zayn looking to become the first man to qualify for the match, but gotta think the third competitor in this match, as well as Hayes, gonna have a problem with that. Another veteran, and depending on who you ask, one of the greatest to ever do it, regardless of style, certainly one of the greatest luchadors, Rey Mysterio. Another man who, much like Carmelo Hayes and Sami Zayn, has had his hardships in this series thus far. He defeated The Miz for an opportunity at the IC title, came up short to Jey Uso quite a few Raws back, looking to rebound, bounce back from that, qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Gotta wonder, Rey Mysterio, I mean, he's been through everything and then some. Can he hold up in a ladder match these days in 2025? Will Rey Mysterio be able to retrieve the contract to possibly put himself right back in the world title picture where he's been in the past? He's got some steep competition to do so. Hayes, Zayn, Mysterio, all three at a dead stop. Hayes is just going to let these two go at each other. Got to let the veterans tear each other up. Mysterio, shoulder breaker right off the bat. Now Hayes is going to strike. All three of these men have such a unique opportunity here. Raw's men's division absolutely stacked. Having that advantage, having basically a free shot at the championship would be astronomical for any of these men. I mean, there's going to be 3 more triple threats in the next 2 weeks to find out who will contend for this, briefcase, for Raw's opportunity at the Money in the Bank briefcase. This dual branded, whoa, Sami Zayn brought the bat into the equation, or somebody brought the bat into the equation, and the roll up there, Mysterio running the ropes, not successful. The bat is standing up in the middle of the ring. We might have a magic bat on our hands as the nice crossbody springboard from Mysterio. 3 high flyers here. I mean, Sami Zayn can get technical if he needs to. Carmelo Hayes and Rey Mysterio, really patented high flyers. Big DDT, tornado DDT, almost onto the bat, which is maybe stuck in the ring there. Not sure what's happening there. Hayes, you're a Nagi onto Mysterio. Not too many men that Carmelo Hayes can manhandle. Rey Mysterio, one of the smaller, gets a 1 count there. But big stacked Raw men's division. We're going to see 2 more triple threats to see who can bring that briefcase home. Wade Barrett, of course, hoping it is someone from Monday Night Raw. Zelina Vega qualifying earlier on in the night, as Mysterio is now just going to let Sami Zayn go to town on Carmelo Hayes. And now Rey looking to get some instruments. Like I was saying before, 3 high flyers in this regard. Going to be a very high-octane, fast-paced match as Mysterio brings a kendo stick into the equation. And that should show you just how valuable this opportunity is. Rey Mysterio, maybe not one to play with weapons too much, not one to bend the rules, of course, anything legal here in a triple threat match, but Mysterio likes to play it safe. Big Hurricane Rana there, but this opportunity at this stage in his career is crucial. No, Zayn kicks out. Hayes, big super kick there. Bailey phases Mysterio, and Zayn's gonna roll him up. No good there. Hayes looking to strike. Gonna pick the bones of these two now. Hayes gonna run the other corner. Big clothesline. Neutralizes Sami Zayn for the time being, at least. And now he's gonna springboard. Whoa, huge clothesline. Springboard clothesline from Carmelo Hayes. Pulling out all the stops thus far as Zayn enters the ring. Hayes, springboard, senton does not connect. Big clothesline from Mysterio. Evenly paced match thus far. Russian leg sweep, front-facing Russian leg sweep right onto the kendo stick. Mello just going to roll out for the time being. Now Mysterio, what could this be? Canadian Destroyer! Quite literally destroying a Canadian right there. Huge Destroyer 1. No, Carmelo Hayes possibly saves the match for himself. And Sami Zayn, whose neck has to be feeling the brunt of that. Huge Destroyer, Rey Mysterio. I mean, I said pulling out all the stops earlier. All three of these guys doing anything it takes. Zayn, big fisherman suplex. As Hayes, big back suplex. Now that baseball bat gotta be a worry for all three of these guys. Mysterio, dropkick, no, does not connect. As Hayes might have the cover there, no. Mysterio, able to break things up. Now he's gonna get back into the ring now. Hayes, a little distracted by Sami Zayn. Still able to capitalize though. Carmelo, gonna roll. Mysterio up, big enziguri. High speed match here. Gotta think, I mean, Money in the Bank, maybe a match style that suits these guys well, as Zayn is gonna roll Hayes up. That's gonna be a 1 count. No, Mysterio able to break it up. But all three of these guys, very high-paced, quick guys who definitely could scale that ladder pretty quickly, pull out some incredible stuff in the ladder matches. Carmelo just gonna taunt on the outside there. I mean, this really a match that tells 3 different stories. Carmelo Hayes, the young guy with the chip on his shoulder, looking to not fade away into obscurity, not to become a statistic, I guess, in this industry. One of those guys that could have been the next big thing. As Sami Zayn has unstuck the bat, and he hits Rey Mysterio with it, and Carmelo Hayes. Sami Zayn fixes the order of the match, unbreaks the bat from standing in the middle of the ring. But Hayes, that young, hungry guy, Rey Mysterio, the veteran, possibly in the later stages of his career, looking to get that one big one before he retires. And Sami Zayn, someone who's had an opportunity at the World Heavyweight title, did not capitalize, lost to Kevin Owens. Looking for another opportunity there as Mysterio is going to go for the cover on Hayes. Zayn is groggy. Carmelo kicks out, though. Definitely 3 different variables in this match. Seeing who qualifies for Money in the Bank will be very interesting. As Zayn watches on, big face buster. Now Sami takes advantage. He's gonna send Mysterio against the ropes. Ducks under, jumps over. Whoa, could have been looking for that big boot. Instead, an arm drag there. Flippy stuff from Sami Zayn, who's now gonna have Mysterio backbreaker. Hayes brings another kendo stick into the equation. And Zayn, oh my gosh, was looking for that tornado DDT. Kind of a flaying nothing there, but Hayes felt the effects anyways. All 3 of these guys now, you can see them wearing down, taking a little longer to get up, taking a little longer to get any offense in. Their offense a little slower, a little less snappy. All 3 of them just slowing down the pace of the matches. I mean, now that you can see it, I believe Rey Mysterio's busted open. Exploder suplex into the corner. Sami Zayn gonna go for the cover off of that. That could be enough. 1, 2. No, Carmelo Hayes just barely in the nick of time able to break things up. And now Zayn gonna send him into the corner. Overkick! Overkick to Carmelo Hayes! Mysterio out of the ring! I don't think he registered it. 1! No, he was able to break it up though. That could have been all she wrote. Sami Zayn could have been heading to Money in the Bank. Maybe if he had a little more awareness of where Mysterio was. Broke up the pin just in time. Zayn possibly going for a brainbuster there. Mysterio able to slip out. These guys just match each other's styles so well, as Zayn is going to take advantage. No, he decides against it. And now into the corner. No, Hayes counters. Big boot! That's a move that Sami Zayn has been executing so well as of late. He won his match against CM Punk to even qualify for the World Heavyweight title with that as, oh my gosh, a huge Falcon Arrow to Rey Mysterio. Carmelo Hayes now in the driver's seat in this triple threat. Zayn, though, still got some life left in him. Michinoku driver. Sami Zayn. Who's to say what he's looking for right now? He's up on the second rope. Rey just gonna catch his breath as Hayes up to the top. Crossbody takes out both men. Sami Zayn jumped up to the top rope there, took out both Hayes and Mysterio. Zayn now busted open, I believe a couple different places on his face. Sami Zayn feeling the effects. Hayes possibly dodged disaster there. but Mysterio in the duck under. Whoa, tilt-a-whirl, DDT! Lands Carmelo right on his head, but he kips right up. Carmelo Hayes kips right up. Mysterio, though, a head scissors. He's gonna send Hayes flying after that. My goodness. What a high-action match this has been. As Ray, big, over-the-head leg drop almost. A bit of a famouser from Rey Mysterio. Zayn is just gonna go for the cover off of that. Not sure even what that was. I believe he just stomped Ray down. But no, Mysterio just able to get the shoulder up there. As Zayn is now stalking him. Mysterio, Hurricane Rana! Hurricane Rana gonna go for the cover, but Carmelo Hayes right back into the ring, breaks it up. Possibly saves the match for himself. Mysterio, whoa, went for that drop kick there. Hayes, whoa, my goodness, big springboard moonsault. Now Mysterio slips out. Hayes against the ropes. Whoa, going for the enziguri with Zayn. But no, Carmelo able to dodge. Any man could win this match at this stage. It's just a matter of who will get to that chance first. Who will get the other guy unoccupied in the ring first. Carmelo Hayes could be scouting Sami Zayn. Big elbow drop as Mysterio brings another kendo stick into the fray. But Melo, suplex cutter from Carmelo Hayes to Rey Mysterio. Zayn's out. 1, 2. Carmelo Hayes is going to Money in the Bank. He joins Zelina Vega as the first members of Monday Night Raw to advance. And what a brag Carmelo Hayes has. Taken down 2 legends. A surefire Hall of Famer, someone who I believe is already a Hall of Famer, in Rey Mysterio, a future Hall of Famer in Sami Zayn. The only man to leave this match unscathed, relatively unscathed, Carmelo Hayes, is able to get the job done. He advances to Money in the Bank. Just think what that briefcase could do for this young man. What a match, and what an edition of Monday Night Raw. Join us next time for NXT, and thanks for watching.